Hey, thanks for slithering in. I am Symtherin. Welcome back to my channel and another speed build in The Sims 4. Today we're actually working on a challenge, so you may have noticed that we're on a lot that already has some landscaping on it, and I thought this challenge was so fun. I had done one kind of similar, but it was only with like terrain tools and not like the actual like plants and rocks and things many years ago, many moons. But when I saw this one get posted over on Instagram, I knew in a heartbeat that I had to do it. This challenge, this landscape challenge, is hosted by Cracked Kyber, and I'm really hoping I am pronouncing that the correct way. But they are such a talented builder in the Sims community that all of you guys should really go check out. They do have a YouTube channel as well, so all of their information for socials and things will be in the description down below. Make sure you go and show them some love and say hello. But we are already having a shape here. I have been itching for like a cottagey build recently, so that's what we're kind of going for, and it was a lot of fun. I absolutely love doing cottages, especially like little small ones like this. And then as I was doing the interior, it became very witchy. And I know we are only in like the middle of July, but honestly, I've got that spooky season itch. I am so ready for it. And fall weather and leaves and all of the vibes that come with spooky season. There could be a few reasons why I am getting that itch. One, I've been seeing a lot online of stores getting their Halloween decor in stock and putting it all on display. I haven't seen it personally myself, but I also don't go to too many stores very often anyway. Or it's because I feel like the Sims community as a whole too is starting to get that itch. I feel like a lot of builders, at least the ones I follow, love to build in the fall season, build spooky builds, rundown builds, all that cool stuff. So I've been seeing a lot of that too. Let me know in the comments down below if you have the itch. That sounds so weird to say, but let me know because I definitely do, and I think this scratched it a little bit, especially once we get into the interior. But I'm also trying not to go too crazy for fall builds because I want to do a ton when it's actually fall. So if you have any ideas or suggestions of like what you might want to see, if it's a specific like a cult or something, let me know. I would definitely love to take your suggestions into consideration. But let's talk a little more about the build. We're working on the roofing, and I love combining different roof textures like this. I don't do it too much as I wish I could, or maybe wish I should. I don't know. But I felt like a cottage build like this is perfect, and I got to revisit, obviously, the cottage living pack, which is one of my favorite packs in my opinion. I am sorry if you can hear my cat in the background. She decided she wanted to be a little menace while I'm recording this voiceover. I first had her locked outside of the room. Like I don't always tend to do. Usually she's asleep. She's an old girl. She's like 16 years old, so she sleeps a lot. But every once in a while she does have that burst of energy, and now seems to be like that time. She was outside of my door scratching, meowing. I let her in, and then she started walking on the windowsill, playing with the blinds, and now she's just sitting on top of her cat tree and occasionally meowing. So I apologize for that. Wow, I actually just realized I left the floor plan in this speed build. I typically don't do that, which is interesting. I have said it many times before. Floor plans are difficult for me a lot of the times, and I don't like doing it on camera because I feel like there's pressure for me to figure it out quicker if I'm on camera, where if I turn off the camera, I'm just like, okay, I can figure this out, just take it one step at a time. But I'm trying to get more comfortable with it. I didn't realize I actually did that, but it came together pretty quickly. It probably helps that it's tiny. But I definitely wanted to get the floor plan figured out, and then I came back out here to do some more detail, add some more landscaping stuff. Not too much. I pretty much keep most of the landscaping intact. Which maybe now is a good time to let you guys know about the rules of this challenge. Maybe I should have started with that. But there is no due date, so you can do this whenever you want. Bookmark it for a rainy day. And the rules are listed as don't remove items if you have all packs used. If you don't but want to still build it, that's okay. Landscaping just might look a little different. You can add any items to the exterior, but don't change the terrain, as in elevation, the terrain paint, and any of the items that were placed, unless of course you don't have those packs. And then you can put it on any 30 by 30 lot. This one was originally built in Forgotten Hollow, and I am here in the werewolf world that I cannot remember. But here I am adjusting some of the terrain, and I'm actually going to get some wooden planks and make this slope kind of look like it has steps and stairs. I've used that trick a few times in the past, and I'm pretty sure that it is functional. I've also seen others use it, so it's a debug item. I think you can search it as like wood plank or wood plate. Not plate. I think that actually pulls up a wooden plate. Never mind, don't do that. But we are getting some ivy around because when I think cozy cottage, I think ivy. And that's just me. Honestly, my dream home would literally be covered in ivy. And that is no joke. There was actually one home like near me that went on sale because my boyfriend often like looks at homes for sale and stuff. Which I mean, we can't afford it, like chill, but it's kind of also nice to dream. So there was one that was just had the perfect amount of ivy, perfect size yard. It's like tucked in to the street or whatever, like in between houses, but like tucked in, kind of hidden. And it was so cute. And that's like my I'm such a hermit. Maybe you guys know that about me already. Maybe you don't. But I'm honestly such a hermit. I'm such a homebody. When everyone was complaining about COVID and the lockdown, I was literally living my best life. Like, at that time, me and my sister were roommates, and she was going so stir crazy. But me, I was just like, this is awesome. What do you mean I don't have to go anywhere? Like, I love that. That's the only thing I miss about COVID, obviously. But all of that good stuff. Anyway, I am adding some planters, and I add a cauldron here, and I totally forgot to test that because I was like, this could be for a witch, and I wanted to put a cauldron, but I was like, what if they just make it here in the well, all their potions and stuff? I don't know, like, I really need to go back and play test it now because I am very curious of that. We are now turning the lights off and making sure there's enough lighting, and I'm getting some cobwebs and some like decal and stuff to make the exterior look a little worn down. The interior though doesn't look worn down. I don't know if that bothers you guys, but I kind of liked it. I was thinking maybe this witchy cottage kind of is like, it's supposed to look scary to keep people away, but inside it's super luxe, and maybe not really super luxe, but it's nice, it's clean, and it's cluttered. Oh, I love the clutter in this build. It's been a while since I've cluttered this much, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. But yeah, I imagined it to be like, if you were to walk up on this house, you'd be like, ooh, I should not go anywhere near here. But inside, this witch is probably living her best life, and so comfortable. So we are actually starting in the bathroom here. I definitely leaned into vampires and Realm of Magic. Ooh, I really like this trick. I didn't have room for a mirror, so I got this small mirror, and I used the tool mod by Twisted Mexi to lower it and rotate it to make it look like it's kind of propped up against a wall but on the sink. Guys, let me tell you, it's not very often that I feel like my brain works like this, and I see a lot of other simmers do such creative ideas sometimes that I end up borrowing for myself. But I don't think I've ever seen anyone do this, at least not in a bathroom. I've seen it done on like a dresser or a shelf in other like places of the house, which totally makes sense. But I had never done it here. And I was like, wow, this is so cool. So I'm gonna like toot my horn a little bit. So if you guys like that, definitely let me know. Again, if you don't have the tool mod in your game, you can still download this build. It should still be functional. Here I actually put a hamper, and then when I put a hamper, I was like, oh, I probably should get some laundry, you know, somewhere. So we end up putting the wash bucket and the clothes drying line outside, kind of where I put those planter boxes. Here we're doing it now. So from the outside you can't really see it, and it's kind of like a little private, because why would you want to air your dirty laundry out sometimes? I mean, I don't know, maybe some people do, but I don't know if that's not for everybody. At least it's not for me, but I definitely prefer the dryer at this point. Anyway, let me stop talking about that. We are here now. We're starting with like this little reading nook. I tried to see if I can get like this hanging plant to hang on the door frame, but it was too big and it was going to be clipping through the wall. So, oh well. Yep. Here we are with the little reading nook. It is super cozy. I can definitely see myself spending a lot of time here. I've been trying to read more. I was doing so for a while, especially at the beginning of this year, but then life kind of got busy and it kind of got pushed like down the priority list. So I'm trying to get back into that habit. I used to like read every morning for an hour before work, and I really need to get back to that. But recently I've been having a hard time like getting out of bed. I don't know why. It's just been that kind of like season for me, I guess. So we'll see. We're working on it. Or we're working through it at least. Here we put the dining room, and the kitchen area is over here as well. I love these windows from the Castle Estate kit. It's been a while since I've actually used these items, so I was really happy to use them here. And I thought it was so cool to have these large windows in your dining space here, and just, I don't know, it would be so cozy, especially on like a rainy day. Like, not necessarily thunderstorms, but a rainy day. We are also leaning into, I think these are Realm of Magic counters, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm mistaken, yell at me in the comments below. But we have this little wraparound kind of thing going around. I thought it was pretty cool. I think I do get one of the old-timey stoves. I play with the island, but I don't do that. And it's just a pretty simple kitchen. We do end up putting all of this open shelving that we're going to come back to clutter up. So stay tuned for that. But at this time, I just really wanted to pretty much get the layout figured out. And then we also are using a lot of stuff from the Cozy Bistro kit. I even thought of changing the shelving, but I was like, no, I don't think I like this. But I'm using the tool mod here again to rotate a couple of cutting boards, but I'm doing it in a way that like they're both, one's horizontal and one's vertical. Those are words. Yes. I thought that was fun. I had never done that before, and I thought that was a cute idea. Because I get that a lot in my feeds too, like home decor stuff. That's literally half of my feed, honestly. Especially like DIY or vintage thrifty stuff, which I wish I had the time and patience to like start doing. Maybe one day. But I don't know. I thought it was a cute little detail, and then we're going to figure out the layout for the living room right here. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. If you're watching this video today, it is uploaded, then it is Wednesday, and we're halfway through the week. We're almost there, guys. It's almost a weekend. So, but I hope the week has been treating you well. And the month, really, I can't believe we're like almost through with July. I think that's insane to me. But speaking of which, I am doing a lot of like batch recording, or trying to get ahead a little bit, especially for the beginning of August, because I have a ton of stuff planned. And I already know I'm going to be so exhausted and honestly socially drained. So that's going to be a fun time. And I'm already kicking myself for, it's my own fault for planning it all. So, but it's going to be good. It's going to be awesome. And I'm happy about it. But I'm just going to be tired. So we're just getting a little head start there. But we've got the layout pretty much figured out now. So now this is the fun part. Cluttering. Oh, I love it so much. And I use a lot from the Crystal Creation stuff pack, which has a ton of gorgeous clutter, especially for like spooky vibes, I feel like. And I use a lot from Paranormal, obviously Realm of Magic. I'm trying to think of what else at this point. This little radio, I can't remember which pack that came with. Horse Ranch. Just kidding, I just saw the horseshoe. Yeah. So, but I also feel like that's a little like fall and spooky vibes. Like maybe you can, since there's no TV here, you can listen to like horror stories on like the radio kind of thing, like in the olden days. That's so funny, in the olden days. But you guys know what I mean, when there was no TV and the stories came through the radio. That it is what it is. But I thought that was such a cute little touch, and imagine doing that while like with the fireplace on, and I don't know, it just feels so cozy. I am so ready for fall. But I loved cluttering this coffee table up. It was probably my favorite thing in the whole build. I'm getting these books from the debug menu for Realm of Magic. That's where the wand came from. And we're trying to kind of make sure it's centered as much as I can. And I forget what else I grab. I definitely grab a ton of stuff from Everyday Clutter, some dirty mugs. I get Crystal Creations here. And there's a debug item in Crystal Creations. It's a crystal skull, and I put it up here, and I honestly felt like that was the cherry on top for me. And I was like, yep, this is perfect. And we're just adding some more book clutter here. So it's so fun. I love it. I feel like whenever I do a witchy build, there's always book clutter. But I mean, for most of my builds, there's always book clutter. But when I do a witchy one, there's even more. We also get this little cauldron guy from the Spooky Days stuff pack. Yes. Gosh, it's so hard to keep track of all these pack names, isn't it? Oh, crazy. Anyway, we are using these pillows. I will not stop talking about them. These are from the new... Well, it wasn't the new, their base game. It was from the live event we had a little while ago. And I'm curious now if we're ever going to have another one. I don't know. I wonder, like... I don't even know what else they would give us anyway. But that item I have been using all the time. Honestly, I cannot stop using it. It definitely brings a lot to the sofas we do have in game. Because oftentimes I'm like, I feel like I use the same sofas all the time. And I definitely have my favorites. I'm a little biased and ones that I just never use. So having more pillows and things to kind of clutter them up with definitely makes them feel a little more new and gives you a chance to kind of update their style to fit the house, because there's so many different swatches. But I feel like I talk about those pillows at length in every video, so I'm going to stop there because we're cluttering some more. We're up here in the kitchen with the open shelving, and I'm making sure there's some clear kitchen clutter. Like we have that pot there, we have some dishes, some spices, we have bottles there, which I would assume have some things, but we also have more book clutter. We have this little cat statue, we have some more things from the Crystal Creations, we have like that bodice piece. Maybe it's not even a bodice piece, I don't know. Don't judge me. Be nice, please. But I don't know, it came out really cute. Let me know if you guys like to clutter in your builds, or if you like more of a minimalistic take, because I know it can go either way. I know clutter sometimes can be a little overwhelming, especially in the game, especially if you're doing gameplay, I suppose. But for the aesthetics and the pictures, I absolutely love it. So we're adding a little more clutter here on the dining room table just to give it some personality. But then we're going to hop into the bedroom. Oh, do I not put those flowers in that vase? I thought about it, but I ended up keeping it like this. It's a pretty cluttered table, to be honest, but I like it. And we're adding more on the end table here, too. Okay, and then we're going to move into the bedroom, I promise. Once we finish up the surface, we're heading into the bedroom, which in my humble opinion is the coziest room in this build. So you're going to have to tell me if I'm wrong or right. And it just gave me an excuse once again to use the gorgeous wallpaper from the Crystal Creation stuff pack. And it's just so pretty, guys, and especially in this dark swatch, I love it. And it pairs very nicely with this paranormal activity curtains that I'm going to pull out. But surprisingly, I really enjoyed using this eco lifestyle bed. So in this room, I really love the blacks, the grays, but also bringing in that warm wood tone as well, because the windows have it. And I don't know, I felt like it just tied nicely together. And I wish I could have such a cozy room like this, and maybe if I put more effort into it I could. But my room's basic. It's just blue. It's really blue walls, blue bed sheets. I don't know what else to tell you. That's just my room. But it's comfortable, so that's all that matters. Of course, we are pulling out some of my favorite items from the Book Nook kit, this rug and this chair. This lamp, I want to talk about it. I love it so much. I wish I had an excuse to use it in every build, but I love the dragon on it. This one came with my wedding stories, and personally, I love dragons. I absolutely love fantasy stories and things like that, like Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, my jam. But also, I guess the first story that got me into dragons was probably Aragon. If you guys remember the Inheritance Cycle series, he actually wrote a new book like within the last year called Murtaugh, which I have a copy of because my boyfriend got it for me for Christmas. And I haven't had the chance to read it yet because I'm in the middle of other stuff. But I can't wait to read that one. However, recently I got into the series, the Fourth Wing. That was the book of the name of the first book, and then Iron Flame is the second book. And guys, I posted on Twitter when I finished the book like how I am mentally not okay after the ending of Iron Flame. So if there are any Fourth Wing Iron Flame fans in the chat, please tell me I'm not alone. That ending, what? If you don't know what I'm talking about and you like reading and you like fantasy, specifically reading, you guys need to read it. Anyway, we are going to clutter up this office space now. I did try and think of trying to clutter up that windowsill for this like two-door bay window thing that we have, but I feel like it used to be easier to clutter up the ledges of these windows, and I was just struggling so much with it, and I didn't feel like struggling that hard because obviously we're at the end, you know, the build's almost finished, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to do it. So I was like, you know what, there's plenty of clutter in here. I think we're okay. I like putting this wine bottle on this desk. I thought that was kind of a little cheeky little detail. I don't know. Thought it might be fun. Anyway, we're getting another dresser over here, and I think that I use this dresser all the time. I can't not use it. Like, it's so good. It's so good. I love that. That one came from... Oh, I am blanking where it came from. It's a pretty recent pack. Oh, For Rent. Duh. It came from For Rent, and here I am trying to clutter that up, but I quickly gave up and just said, oh, let's just put some blinds here, which I thought fit pretty nice here. I think those are the ones from Snowy Escape. Anyway, yeah, we're just gonna clutter the dresser up, and I think that's a wrap for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All of those things really help me out, and I would really love to have you join our little community here. But also, don't forget to check out Cracked Kyber down in the description below. Go send some love and enjoy the screenshots. Talk to you soon. Bye!